You're thinking about moving your family to the Dallas area, and you've narrowed it down to Frisco or Prosper. Really good choices. You're in the right place, but here's the problem. You've watched all of the videos, you've read the articles, and you still don't actually know what it looks like to live in these cities. The schools, the commutes, whether your family is gonna fit in, whether you're making a smart financial decision, or the biggest mistake of your life. And listen, that's not your fault. Most of the content out there is made by people who don't actually live in Frisco or in Prosper. So yeah, the information that they're giving you is surface level because that's all they got. I'm Luke Jones, a local Dallas real estate agent. I'm out here in these streets every single week. I've been in the industry for 14 years, but more importantly, I relocated my family from Miami to Dallas, Fort Worth. So when I talk about relocating, I actually know what to look for. In today's video, I'm giving you the real breakdown, the schools, the lifestyle, the commute, the investment, everything you actually need to know before you make this decision. So let's jump right into Frisco, because I know this is probably the city that you heard the most about. And honestly, the hype is real. Frisco has completely grown up. 15 years ago, this was all cornfields and construction signs. Now you've got the Star, you've got Toyota Stadium, Dr. Pepper Ballpark, and Legacy West right down the road. Restaurants, retail, the walkability, it's all built out, completely done. When I drive my clients through Frisco for the first time, you know what stops them? It's not the stadiums, it's not the restaurants, it's the master plan communities. Because when you pull into one of these neighborhoods and you realize the community itself is the attraction, we're talking about the amenities, the trails, the resort style pools, that's when it clicks. That's the oh wow moment. And then you have the corporate corridor. And this is huge if you're still going into an office Monday through Friday. We're talking Plano, Frisco, and the Legacy West area. If your job is anywhere in that stretch, you're looking at a 10 or maybe a 15-minute commute, and in DFW traffic, that changes everything. But here's what I tell every client, and I want you to hear this clearly. Frisco is 90% built out. The land is all gone. So what that means for you is smaller lots, higher density, and prices that reflect how desirable Frisco has become. You're not buying potential in Frisco, you're buying access. Access to what has already been proven, built out, and already established. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want it ready now, Frisco delivers that for you. But if you want more house, more lot, more upside for your dollar, keep watching, because that's where it gets really interesting. Now, let's start talking about Prosper. And I need you to really hear me out on this. Prosper right now is where Frisco was just about a decade ago. Think about that for a second. The families who bought early in Frisco, they're sitting on some serious equity right now. That's not by accident. That's what happens when you get into a city before it peaks, and Prosper has not peaked yet. And I'm not just saying that as a realtor, I'm saying that as someone who actually lives in the city of Prosper. So when I tell you that this is a great place to raise your family, I'm not giving you a sales pitch. I'm telling you what I actually know from waking up here every single morning. Now let's talk about what you actually get in Prosper. You want a real lot? It's here. You want brand new construction where you get to pick your countertops, your floor plan, and your finishes? It is here. You have communities like Windsong Ranch, Star Trail, and Light Farms. I've walked these communities with my clients. I know them inside and out. The amenities here are top tier. We're talking about resort style lagoons, sports courts, clubhouses, miles of hike and bike trails. And listen, if you buy a home here, your kids are actually gonna think that you're the cool parents. And I mean, that's worth its weight in gold, right? Real quick, I gotta jump in here for just a second because my inbox is currently full of people from California, New York, and Chicago, all asking the same exact question. Are the neighborhoods in Frisco, Prosper, McKinney, and Plano as good as they look on Zillow? Look, I completely get it. Moving to Dallas is not just about finding the right house, it's about finding the right lifestyle. I'm literally on the phone every single day helping families navigate everything from the school districts in Frisco all the way down to the best commute times into downtown Dallas or into Plano. Whether you're 9 days away from moving or 9 months out, my team and I specialize in being your boots on the ground right here in Dallas, Fort Worth. We do the video tours, we check the neighborhood vibe, and we handle all of the headaches so you don't have to. If you're even thinking about making the move to Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex, do yourself a favor, shoot me over a text message or give me a call, grab a spot on my calendar, scan the QR code. To do so, let's make your move to Texas an actual win. All right, I'm done. Let's get back to the video. Now, I gotta keep it real with you. If your office is in downtown Dallas, Prosper is gonna add some time to your commute. You're further north up the tollway, so depending on where you're going, that could be 45 minutes to an hour just sitting in traffic. But here's what I actually do with my clients when this comes up. I don't just tell them, oh, it'll be fine. I pull up drive time. I show them what their commute looks like on specific days at specific times going a specific route. If you have to be in the office at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, drive time shows us exactly what time you need to leave based on historical traffic patterns. And then I let the buyer make the call. You know what happens most of the time? They do the math, they realize they're remote 2 or 3 days out of the week, and suddenly that commute conversation completely changes. An extra 15 minutes on the days that you actually drive is completely worth it for the space, the newness, and the price point. I've seen this happen over and over again. The commute wasn't really the problem was the unknown. Now, let's get into the schools, and I know this is the one that you came for, and I'm gonna give it to you straight, something that I know you haven't seen on other videos. When it comes to Prosper ISD and Frisco ISD, you cannot lose. Both are A-rated, both are well-funded, both are preparing your kids for college and beyond. You're not choosing between a good school zone and a bad school zone here. That's not the decision you're making, but they do feel different, and that's what matters. Now, Frisco ISD is massive. Over 70 campuses. It's structured, competitive, and they've built out some of the most impressive programs that you'll see in the state. They've got cybersecurity academies, performing arts, elite athletics. If your kid has a special talent or a specific passion, Frisco ISD has probably already built out a program around that. Now, let me tell you about Prosper ISD, and I'm not gonna read you a brochure here. I actually live in Prosper. My kids went to Prosper ISD. I have 2 kids who have already graduated from Prosper High School, and I have one that is still in the district right now. So when I tell you that the district is special, that's not a sales pitch, that's a parent talking to another parent. Prosper has one of the best sports programs in the entire area. My son played football and wrestled for Prosper High School. I've been in those stands. I've seen how the community shows up on a Friday night. It's real here. It's that Friday night light energy where everybody knows everybody. I had a kid in the band program too, and the facilities, the resources, the level of investment this district puts into every single program, it shows. The tech is current, the staff is energized, and because Prosper ISD is still growing, there is a real sense of community investment that you just cannot manufacture. Parents are involved, the teachers are invested, and it hasn't gotten so big that your kid just becomes a number. Now, here's my honest take as both a realtor and a parent. If your family thrives in a high structure, high choice environment with every specialty program imaginable, Frisco ISD delivers that for you. But if you want your kid to feel like they matter, if you want the coach to know their name, the teacher to know their story, and the community to show up for your family the way that they've shown up for mine, Prosper ISD delivers that. Now let's get into the return on your investment, because this is where it gets really interesting. Frisco is blue chip real estate. High demand, steady appreciation, proven resale. If you need to sell your home in the next 3 years, you'll sell it fast. It's the safe play. You're buying into something that's already established, and the market reflects that. Now, Prosper is your growth play. You're buying into a city that's still filling in. You have new retail coming, new employers moving to the area, infrastructure being built around your house right now. That's what we call upside. We're not talking about speculation. Right now, you get more square footage, more lot, and more house for your dollar in Prosper. Now, that gap is not gonna last forever. The families that move here and wait 5 years, they're gonna look pretty smart. Now, here's where I wanna slow down for just a second, because what I'm about to tell you is something that I share with every single client that I work with. And this is the one thing that makes them lean forward every single time. You know those homes that I was talking about in Frisco, those amazing neighborhoods, right? Do you know that there's only one street that separates Frisco and Prosper? One street, which is Highway 380. That's it. So here's the cheat code. You buy on the Prosper side of 380. You get more house, a bigger lot. You get more upgrades for your dollar. You get Prosper ISD, which I told you about as a parent and not just a realtor. And you get access to everything that Frisco has to offer. The Star, Toyota Stadium, Legacy West, all of it right across the street without paying Frisco prices. I've been telling my clients about this for years, and every single time they lean forward, they want to know more. Now, here is why that corridor is about to completely light up. Right there, just south of 380, you've got the PGA of America headquarters and the Omni Resort that are both already open. If you haven't been to Trick Rider yet, go book a dinner and thank thank me later. Here's what's coming. You got Universal Kids Resort opening in 2026 right in this corridor. And I want to be clear about what this is, because this is not Universal Studios in Florida. This is not a massive theme park built for teenagers and thrill seekers. This is the first of its kind destination built specifically for families with young children. Being just north of it puts you in the perfect position to benefit from that growth. And then you have Firefly Park, which is a 217-acre mixed-use development, a 45-acre park at the center, hike and bike trails connecting you to everything. Luxury living, boutique retail, over 3 million square feet of office space. They're building a walkable European-style urban village right here in North Texas, with the first stages coming online in 2027. Then you have Phil's West. This is where the next Legacy West energy is coming from. I'm talking about 360,000 square feet of high-end retail and dining. And these aren't maybes, these are confirmed. Mastro's Steakhouse, Bloomingdale's, Crate and Barrel, Williams and Sonoma construction is going vertical right now. Here's the bottom line. While everyone else is fighting for a zip code, in Central Frisco, the smart money is moving just north of that 380 line. I mean, you're getting in on the ground floor. And if you want to know which specific neighborhoods are going to benefit the most from all of this, that's exactly the conversation that I want to have with you. So, which one is actually better? Neither. And both. Here's the framework I use with every single client before they fall in love with the neighborhood. Figure out your commute situation first, then choose your lifestyle. Once you've solved that, you're just choosing between two incredible places to raise your family. Frisco gives you the city, everything built out, everything ready, everything proven. Prosper gives you the space, the growth, and the upside. And if you know about the 380 cheat code, you get access to all of it anyway. Both give you A-rated schools, both give you master plan communities, both give you a quality of life that people move across the country for, and that's the honest answer. Now look, I know you didn't just come here to watch a YouTube video, you came here because you're actually thinking about making this move, and scrolling through listings online is a full-time job, and half of that data that you're seeing there is outdated anyway, wasting your time. So here's what I want you to do. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. You'll go straight into my calendar, pick a time that works for you, and when you show up to that call, come ready with 3 things. Your timeline. We need to know when you're planning on making your move, your monthly budget, not just the purchase price. We want to know what you're comfortable paying in your mortgage every single month. And number 3 are your must-haves, the things that are non-negotiable for you and your family. Bring these 3 things and we'll build out a real game plan. We'll map out your neighborhoods, your budget, your timeline, everything, so you don't have any guesswork. And don't worry, if you're watching from your phone and you can't scan the QR code, just text me directly. My phone number is on the screen. I'll personally send you a link to my calendar. I put out real updates every single week, no fluff, just facts from someone who's actually out here in these neighborhoods every single day. Hit the subscribe button because next week's video is gonna be one that you don't wanna miss. I'll see you in Texas. God bless.